Welcome back. And on this segment, we're joined by some famous musicians and famous writers. On my left, we have Laura Ingalls Wilder, Queen Latifah, Helen Keller, Gloria Estefan, Johann Sebastian Bach, and J.K. Rowling. Please help me welcome them. So I'd like to know a little about your childhood. Maybe when you were born, a little about your family members. Can you tell us about your education, and the challenges you had to overcome. Why don't we start with Helen?
Well, I was born on June 27, 1880 in Estefan, Alabama. Some challenges that I needed to be overcome was I was blind and deaf, and I had problems communicating with other people and had problems getting around.
Okay. Laura Ingalls.
I was born February 7, 1867, near the village of Helen, and my siblings were Mary, Caroline, Grace, and Charles, and my parents were Charles and Caroline. And I went to a school in Berwick, Iowa, and Walnut Grove, Minnesota. And some challenges that I need to overcome were that my sister Mary went blind, Lorenzo got paralyzed, and my nephew's brother died.
Okay. And who's Alonzo? Queen Latifah.
I was born March 18th, 1970 in New Jersey, and I had my mom Rita, my father Lance, and my brother Boris.
Okay. And tell us a little about education or challenges you had to overcome.
My dad died because when he was a policeman, he was chasing a bad guy and the guy shot him. And my brother died in a motorcycle accident.
So you have to cover that, Bob. Gloria?
I was born on September 1st, 1957 in Havana, Cuba. My family members are my parents, Jose and Gloria Shahara, my sister Rebecca, my husband Amelia, and my children, Lee and Emily. My education was Bachelor of Science in Psychology, University of Miami, 1978. Challenges I need to overcome are that I was shy the first time I had to sing in front of a big crowd, but I still sing in front of them.
Okay. Johann?
I was born on March 21st, 1685 in Germany.
A little about your education or some challenges you had to overcome.
Challenges I overcome. I failed in audition for a composer's post at Sandra Hobson.
So you went to an audition and you didn't make it? What were some things you had to do in the court?
I had to work as a court musician, but was really not what I needed for a job.
So it wasn't what you wanted to do. J.K. Rowling? J.K. Rowling?
I was born July 31st, 1965. My mother's name is Anne, who died when I was a young woman. My father, Pete, who I don't speak to very often now. And my dear younger sister, Diane.
Can you tell me about your education?
First, I went to St. Michael's Church School in England. Then I went to Wyden Comprehensive. Then I went to the University of Exeter to study French.
And what were some challenges that you felt like you had to overcome?
Well, I needed to earn more money as a single mother because there were some days where I would feed my daughter Jessica and not myself. And I would take her to fancy department stores and use their... And I would change her diapers in the restrooms because they had
Okay. Please share with us a little about your accomplishments. Why don't we start with Johan? What were some of your accomplishments in life?
I played and composed for guitars when I was 18. I also composed and played for King, Frederick, and Rowling.
Okay. Helen?
Well, I learned how to read, and I was the first blind and deaf person to graduate from that college.
Queen Latifah?
I made my first song when I was 16. I won my first Grammy in 1993. And I have my own music label called Spoiler. And I was nominated for an Academy Award.
Gloria Ingalls?
I became a teacher. I wrote the house books, and I traveled to many hospitals.
J.K. Rowling?
I was the first and only billionaire author.
And for what?
I'm writing the Harry Potter stories.
And Gloria Estefan?
Well, I made 24 albums. I sold 70 million albums and singles worldwide. And I have 32 top 10 songs, but it was really hard to get all those stuff.
What should you best be remembered for? Helen?
I should be best remembered for because I was a deaf person that overcame my challenges and stay confident.
Queen Latifah?
I'm best remembered for rapping and for acting.
Gloria Ingalls?
I was best remembered for writing award-winning autobiography.
J.K. Rowling?
I'm best remembered for learning how to compose.
And Johan?
I'm best remembered for being a composer and an organ.
And Gloria?
I was best remembered for my clear voice and how talented I was.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us that we haven't had a chance to talk about yet? J.K.
Well, Dumbledore's Bumblebee.
Okay.
When me and Diane were younger, we had a brother and sister that lived on our street, and the last name was Potter. Well, they used to tease me about my name, Rolling Pins, Rolling Stones, and so I just wished I had their last name. And I am most like Hermione Granger because, as an 11-year-old, because she's clever, bookish, and she's smart about it.
Okay. Johan? Nothing? Nothing else for us today? Gloria, did you have something?
Well, I never gave up and I never upset.
Okay. Helen?
Well, Miss Sullivan was my teacher and Miss Sullivan taught me how to talk. My first word was water, and my father was the captain of the company at one.
Latifah, did you have anything else you'd like to share with us?
In second grade, I was going to be gifted, and I read a poem to Michael Jackson's funeral, and I was in kickboxing for 4 years.
And Laura, was there anything else you'd like to share with us?
When I was little, Paul played the fiddle, and I wrote the books that a house in the big woods, Long Winter Life, that a house in the prairie, on the banks of Plum Creek, on the shore of Silver Lake, Long Winter, the little town on the prairie, and Happy Golden Lake.
He does have something he'd like to share.
My parents died when I was 10, and I had to go live with my older brother.
All right. Well, thank you.